Okay, so I need you to practice bringing him on now, because this is the last act of Monkeyshine 2011, so let's practice bringing him on after 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I always notice when I get people to practice, they never applaud, they just go, hey! So let's try that with applause after 3. 1, 2, 3. Much better. Like that, only twice as loud, 3 times as loud for the amazing Mr. Sam Makepeace.
Sam Makepeace. It's funny because it's true. I'd just like to say, to start off with, I love Christmas. Christmas is a wonderful time of year, but I'm starting to get a bit annoyed with the people who keep telling me that Christmas is losing its Christian roots. Okay? Because it's not a Christian holiday. Okay? They actually nicked it from just about every other culture you can think of, and every Christmas tradition you can think of was stolen from someone else. I'd like to tell you what they were. Like, for one thing, stockings. Right, and who puts out stockings? Or leaves food out for the reindeers, like carrots and stuff like that. Norse traditions. You're actually supposed to put carrots in your boots to feed the horse of Odin. You know Odin, Anthony Hopkins, wore an eye patch. You're supposed to leave out carrots for his horse Sleipnir, so that they can carry on their journey destroying frost giants. It's not quite the same as delivering presents, but it's still a noble cause. Not Christian. Alright? Advent calendars are another one. Did you know that Advent calendars actually don't mark Advent? They only mark December. Advent begins on Advent Sunday. Do you know when Advent began this year? November 27th. Did we get chocolate? No. Well, I mean, I had a Snickers, but that was some sort of done with blood sugar. It wasn't a religious thing. Now I can't have a Snickers without thinking of Jesus. And for God's sake, Christmas trees. It's not a Christian tradition, it's fucking Babylonian, okay? It's a fertility symbol to represent the penis of Marduk, and you have it in your living room. You realise there's actually a passage in the Bible that tells you not to put up Christmas trees? Jeremiah 10. Look it up. The Bible actually says nothing about these Christmas traditions, okay? It says nothing about when the birth of Christ was. Although shepherds watch their flock by night, I wouldn't do that in December. There is no passage in the Bible as well that says, and then the Lord spoke thusly, to celebrate the birth of my only son, Jesus Christ. Thou shalt go see a show where someone who was kind of famous, maybe in a sort of, if you were ill one day, you might have seen him on TV, sort of thing, will sit on a bench with a local comedy legend, as a ghost rises up behind them. And though thou mayest scream, he comes from the rear, they shall not notice the ghost, and shalt generally act like utter twats about it for 10 minutes, while you sit there wondering why you paid such an exorbitant ticket price. This is the word of the Lord. And every Christmas, every Facebook status on Facebook is about Christmas. I'm terrified of saying Christmas in a Facebook status at the moment, because I know I'm going to get lumped in with the 8 other friends who are discussing it nowadays. That's not a story, by the way, Facebook. That's yay, Christmas. I'm kind of tired of Facebook now. I long for the good old days where people would have to climb a tree with a camera with a telescopic lens outside the house of the person they were stalking, and they just have to wait and pray. Now the half-naked photos come to you, whether you want them to or not. And you always knew who that guy was. Now it could be anyone. It could be you, or you. I bet it's you. Is anybody else getting bothered by the Facebook ads, by the way? I seem to get targeted by 2 Facebook ads quite a lot of the time. There's find local girls in your area, get a girlfriend, which is bad enough as it is. I mean, how do they know I'm single? It's like Facebook doesn't even care about my privacy. And the other ad I get targeted for a lot is buy Star Trek bathrobes. Star Trek or girlfriend. It's experience has taught me I can really only do one of these. So it's a real dilemma. I mean, I really can't decide. Do I go for gold for command or blue for sciences? Do I see myself more as the womanizing Kirk or the more logical Mr. Spock? It's a real dilemma. I hate dating, by the way, because I always seem to attract the worst kind of people. The last girl I dated she was a lovely girl. I mean, she was sweet. She was just one of those girls who you kind of felt like her brain was still in the original packaging. But she was lovely. She was really nice. She was just a bit mental. She's the kind of girl that you could sit there watching Paranormal Activity with her, and she would turn to you and go, "Well, that's just so unrealistic." Well, I know. Poltergeists don't do that. And I realise I'm a bit of a geek, and I'm not saying that the person I have to date has to be geeky, but it would kind of help if they knew like the basics of geekiness, like his name is the Doctor, not Doctor Who. With Starship Captains, Kirk or Picard is sort of a personal choice, but you've got to admit no one fucks with Cisco. And for God's sake, Han shot first. But the moment I knew that this girl and I weren't going to work out because she just didn't get the geek basics was one time I came out to meet her, and I was wearing the very shirt that I'm wearing today. And she took one look at it and I went, "Oh, cool, Transformers." Yes, it's Iron Man. It's alright, it wouldn't have worked between us, anyway.
She's not your girl.
It's a shame. I'll scratch her off the list. My dating life has always been sort of like that. I remember one time when I was a teenager, there was this girl in my class, I had a real crush on, her name was Michaela. And I had no idea how to date her at all, or how to even like begin to start a relationship with her. So what I did was I left an invitation in her locker, inviting her to dinner with me. And in my room in my house, I sort of turned over a few boxes, put some bed sheets, and some candles, and some plates, and set up a nice little romantic dinner. And she didn't come. And she told me the next day, "Sam, you're too weird, I couldn't love you." That was great. For a bit there was lots of pity, then there was laughing at me. It's lovely. I get pity, I get laughter at my failures, and I get a lot of bull jokes. But I'm not that weird, you know. I'd like to think I'm a perfectly sort of reasonable, sane, rational human being. You know, one might almost call me logical. Perfectly sane. Of all the souls you shall encounter on your travels, mine is the most human. So I thought I'd leave you with this. It's been lovely performing in front of you all for these past sort of 11 weeks. I've grown to love all of you, like even you who's just been here like for the first time tonight. You'll grow on us. But I thought I'd leave you with just one last thing.